Well, what intrigues me is the modalities through which the communication occurs. You, for example, I understand you get a lot of visual imagery when you communicate with animals.
Lots of pictures. We think of it maybe as in videos. And part of my job is to express to whoever I'm working with how that fits into what we're asking, what the questions are. Many times the animals have so much to share about us. I mean, they really do know more about us than we know about them. And lots of times when there's an animal that has a behavioral issue, it's acting out what's going on in the family. And when the family decides they need help, then I start introducing, if you could just watch this behavior, you might see a reflection. And then listening to your animal. And listening takes practice and a lot of work. It does. But most people are remembering at some point that they actually can hear the telepathy, that they do hear the telepathic messaging. And it's natural for us. We all use telepathy. Part of our listening is to use telepathy.
Even in a conversation like this.
Even in a conversation like this. So even if we're talking about someone who's making a sales pitch, they're actually looking at who they're working with, trying to figure out how to get what they need. Many people that I work with say they will go to a friend's house for a party, and before they even reach for the doorknob, they get a sense of what's going on. We use it all the time. It's just that we haven't been brought up to believe how important it is or understand how important it is. So we are actually communicating with our animals all the time. And one of the biggest complaints that the animals have is they'll say, will you tell her to stop repeating herself? Because the human says, did you, don't, am I? And the animal is hearing the same thing over again. Don't do that. Don't leave that. And the animal already, we're picturing what we want them not to do, which is counterintuitive. We need to picture what we want them to do.
In other words, when we form a mental image, they're picking up on it.
That's right. So when I have people that are going on vacation, I'll give them exercises to do so they can communicate with their animals. And one of the things I warn them about is make sure when you picture your animal, you're picturing your animal in your home. And you coming home to that animal. Don't picture them out by the seaside where you are, because at that point the animal may say, oh my gosh, I got to go find her. And we don't want that to happen.
So there can be a lot of misunderstandings even in the middle of telepathic communication.
That's right. That's why it takes practice and being really conscious and really devoted and wanting to have it happen.